So you have a wireless keyboard, but then the battery dies and now it's not working. So I thought about this problem. Wireless keyboards are convenient for typing. They don't have any wires, but when the battery dies, it's actually not very convenient after all. And so it would have been better just to have a wired USB charger that you could charge and also have a battery inside your keyboard. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be upgrading my old keyboard to make it USB-C charging by using this charging module. It's a TP4056 LiPo battery charger, and it already has a USB-C port. It's really convenient, and it just costs like $1 online. And then you can buy a LiPo battery. Now, the thing I'm not too sure is the keyboard, it's rated at 1.5 volts for the keyboard. And this LiPo battery is 3.7. So I'm going to be opening up my old keyboard and seeing if the circuitry can handle this battery. So that's what I'm going to be doing. We'll just open up a couple of the screws, and keyboards are basically plastic these days. When I open it up, I just looked at it, and it has this plastic two papers that acts as electrical circuit board, where you push the button and then it connects to this printed circuit board that has a couple chips on it. After looking at the printed circuit board, I noticed that it does use 3.3 volts. So there's actually a buck converter, a DC to DC converter that upgrades the voltage up to about over 3 volts. And so putting a LiPo ion battery in there is probably going to work. And if you just take off this board underneath, you'll notice that there's actually lots of space down behind around the keyboard. So there's lots of places that you could put a battery or some circuitry. So I think that the charger circuit can go right here, and then the battery can go right beside it. We just have to cut away some of the old keyboard parts so that the charger circuit can fit in. And that's quite easy just by using some snippet tools and then just breaking that off. And then we'll be able to put in our charger circuit there. We're going to also have to drill some of the hole on the side so that the USB-C charger port can be connected there, because right now there's no hole for the USB-C. But that's an easy fix just using a drill. I just made the hole a little bit bigger than the actual circuit board. But if you want to go a little bit slower, you can, to make it look a little bit nicer. But for me, I'm thinking about the practicality of this. I just wanted to get it up and going. And I really don't like buying and wasting AA batteries. These days, everything is USB-C. So why shouldn't this be on this keyboard? So after that, I'm just going to solder on my LiPo battery. The positive wire goes to B positive, and the negative goes to B minus. And then I will have two other wires to the positive and negative that is going to go to the same connection as the battery on my keyboard. So we'll just solder up a couple more wires here, and then we should be good to go. It's these kind of projects that you just look at what you have and how can you improve it. And that's what I really like electronics is there's lots of these different boards that can be integrated into many different projects. And I just keep on using them because they're cheap, readily available, and they just make your devices so much better. Just having a little charger, a LiPo charger here, and these I have a little small LiPo battery that just fits in nicely. You can add this to mice, keyboard. I've added it to my different Arduino projects, and they're really streamlined, low profile. Then we have it in there. We just have to connect the positive to the ground pin, and then the positive to the positive pin there. It says VBAT, so everything's labeled on the circuit board. You just have to open up the device and have a look. There we go. We got everything soldered on there. Now we just want to see, does it really work? Is this going to overcharge? Is it going to break the chip? I'm pretty sure it's going to work, but let's have a try here. We'll just reassemble the keyboard and see if it can handle that extra voltage, because if it does, it's going to last probably a lot longer than that 1.5 volt battery, because the buck converter is not going to be really needed because it's already up at that 3 volt level. And then we'll just properly secure all the screws in. With everything back together, we can try our circuit to see if it can charge. We have the USB port right there. We'll put in our USB-C here, and you can see that there's the lights inside on the charger circuit showing that it is charging. And so there we have it. We have our chargeable keyboard now, and I don't need to use any kind of batteries like this anymore. And so what we're going to do is we'll plug in the USB dongle into the PC and see if it can connect. So here's the moment of truth. You can see that it is working. That's fantastic. So I'm just going to type out a couple things there, just make sure that all the keys are going. And you can see there is no battery in there. So we're not using the 1.5 AA battery. And it's working like a charm. That's wonderful. No need to go to the store and buy these batteries anymore. So if you like electronics, consider subscribing, and that's how to upgrade your keyboard to USB-C. See you in the next video. Have a great day.